So we're going to take a quick look at the season review. As you can see from this graphic, Stockport County were the League Two winners eventually. They did go up against Bradford City in the climax to the end of the season. You can see there they won the league by 2 points eventually. They definitely scored more goals, although they conceded 50 in 46, so that's still quite a lot. Bradford finished in second, and then Wimbledon, MK Dons, Forest Green, Salford, Wrexham and Gillingham make up that top 8. As we drop into mid-table, you can see we finished 10th behind Notts County in 9th. Then Swindon, Newport County, Walsall, Mansfield, Barrow and Sutton United on 53 points. Not a bad finish in 16th for little old Sutton United there. And as we drop into the bottom half of the table from League 2, Morecambe, Tranmere, Accrington, Doncaster, and then the bottom 4, Crewe, Crawley, Grimsby and Harrogate Town. Surprised to see Doncaster all the way down there. They really struggled this season, and you know, it's a surprise really considering some of the good players they've got. In the FA Cup, we managed to only make it into round 1, a game against Gillingham, who are obviously a better side than us, and a narrow 1-0 defeat. So despite a good effort, we couldn't advance in this competition. Maybe we'll do better in season 2. In the Carabao Cup, it was a similar story. We got drawn against Birmingham, even though we were at home. Obviously Birmingham are a higher ranked side as well. Another 1-0 defeat for us, so a good showing, a respectable showing, but just edged out narrowly. In the EFL Trophy, we made it to round 2, so through the group stage, and then got knocked out by Fleetwood Town by 2-1. Let's now look at the squad report at the end of the season and see how the players got on. So it's time to look at the players' performance with a squad report, get to look at the stats from this first season and see how they got on. Starting with Owen Goodman on loan from Crystal Palace, up by 3 to 64, 34 appearances, 1 assist, 9 clean sheets, average rating 6.6. It is not likely we'll be able to re-sign him on loan, so therefore we will have to find an alternative number 1 goalkeeper. Now, as our reliable backup, Tom Smith, up by 3 to 61, 17 appearances and 7 clean sheets, average rating 6.8. Without a promising goalkeeper coming through the youth, this guy is a perfect choice for backup. Ellis Iandolo is our first choice left wing back, up by 3 to 65, 42 appearances, 1 goal, 2 assists, 12 clean sheets, 1 yellow card, average rating of 6.5. He remains to be our number 1 pick in that position. Alamin Kazim, down by 1 to 59, suffered 2 serious injuries including the ACL, 17 appearances, 3 clean sheets, average rating 6. It is more than likely when he recovers he will be sold to somebody else. The next player, Jaden Fevry, showed promise in the beginning, playing both wide positions as well as fullback. He's still only 21, 28 appearances, 1 goal, 2 assists, 5 clean sheets, 1 yellow, average rating 6, but did suffer the ACL. We'll see how he returns. Tom Dallison, overall rating 62, 24 appearances, 1 goal, 7 clean sheets, average rating 6.6. With Zarins, the Latvian, coming through, he will face reduced game time next season. We'll see how he gets on with that. Connor Hall, the captain, down by 1 to 63, 31 appearances, 1 goal, 11 clean sheets, 1 yellow card, average rating 6.6. He remains to be our club captain at this time. And moving on to Fiacre Kelleher, he is up by 1 to 62, 40 appearances, 1 goal, 12 clean sheets, 3 yellows, 1 red. This guy's been busy. Average rating 6.6, and he will be a good backup option for us next season. Will Greenidge up by 2 to 59, 25 appearances, 6 clean sheets, 3 yellows, average rating 6.2, and played in a variety of positions including both fullback, centre-back and in midfield, so this guy sticks around as rotation. Nico Lawrence on loan from Southampton, up by 2 to 62, 30 appearances, 8 clean sheets, average rating 6.6. It is not likely that we're able to re-sign this guy on loan, so we'll have to find somebody else if we need them. Zach Mitchell, another player that we got on loan, +2 to 58, 17 appearances, 1 assist, 2 clean sheets, 1 yellow card, and an average rating of 6.3. It is not likely that we re-sign him. Mandela Egbo, up by 1 to 66, our first choice right back, made 26 appearances, 2 assists, 7 clean sheets, average rating 6.3. It'd be interesting to see how he does in a back 4 this time round. Mauro Bandera up by 2 to 60, on loan from Arsenal, 31 appearances, 2 assists, 9 clean sheets, average rating 6.2. Played both right mid, central mid and right wing back as cover, and again not likely that we re-sign him on loan. Cameron McGeehan down by 1 to 65, 36 appearances, 4 goals, 5 assists, 7 clean sheets, 7 yellows, 1 red, average rating 6.6. He will face a reduced offensive role in Season 2 as we look to try and push Jay Mingy forward. His performance has been pretty shocking really. He's up by 2 to 65, 31 appearances, only 2 goals, no assists, 8 clean sheets. That has to improve if we're to keep him. Arthur Reed up by 1 to 61, 25 appearances, no goals, 1 assist, 8 clean sheets, average rating 6.3. This guy is primarily a backup holding player, so I don't expect too much offensive output from him. Marshall Miranda up by 2 to 60, 27 appearances, 3 assists, 6 clean sheets, 2 yellow cards, and an average rating of 6.4. Again, this is more of a deep line playmaker type. Next up is Aurora Edwards, up by 2 to 66, 33 appearances, 5 goals, 8 assists, 9 clean sheets, and an average rating of 6.4. I see this guy as someone that might end up moving on simply because he gets too good for our side. We'll have to wait and see when we get any offers for him. Noah Chilvers up to 64 overall, 28 appearances, 7 goals, 8 assists, 12 clean sheets, average rating 6.6. This guy did get an injury, but he's primarily our best central attacking midfielder. Matt J really came through clutch for us, now the same rating as Chilvers with a +1 to 64, 36 appearances, 8 goals, 5 assists, 9 clean sheets, average rating 6.3. Samson Tovide up by 2 to 62. He's still only 20, 34 appearances, joint top scorer with 11 goals this year and 6 helpers, 6 clean sheets. This guy will be #1 striker for us next season in a 4-2-3-1. Tom Hopper, 61 overall, 27 appearances, 11 goals, managed to really pull us back at the end of the season, and an average rating of 6.2. He is our backup striker for next season behind Tovide. And then Joe Taylor, who we had on loan from Luton, started really brightly in the opening 2 months, but really fizzled out. 25 appearances, 7 goals, 1 assist. And then he got injured, I think with a dislocated shoulder. So not likely that we re-sign him. The final guy, Connor Shields, up by 1 to 63, brought in as an aggressive pressing right mid striker option. Only 10 appearances, 2 goals, but hopefully something more from him in this next season. So I've been promising that we take a look at the Youth Academy in a little bit more depth. Now keep in mind that the save itself is not exclusive to Academy mode players, so some of these players are deemed not good enough for the cut, and therefore we'll be moving them on. We're starting with Ruben Hasler, the 17-year-old goalie from Liechtenstein. Just jumping into some of his physicals and mentals there, they're very, very low, even for League 2 standards. As with all the academy goalies that come through, it's always tough to get players that are equally balanced, and you can see that's the case with Hasler. His positioning is substantially far behind his overall, even with this growth this season, so he'll probably be moved on. Moving on to Baumann, it's a similar case for the Swiss shot stopper. He does have a little bit more of an advantage in the sense that he's moved on to 51 overall. He's seen some nice growth, but once again, because his starting position is so behind his other stats, it makes it very difficult to increase his goalkeeping positioning without him becoming 5-star and everything. So again, he'll most likely get moved on. The third goalie, Nadir Said from Morocco, is actually +3 overall to 56 now. 52 reactions, 57 strength. And when we move on to his goalkeeping attributes, you can see here he's actually only a couple of points if you consider that his reactions were 52, his positioning is 48. If we can just get that up a little bit more, then maybe, just maybe, we can rescue this guy. It doesn't seem likely, but we'll give it a shot. Adam Edwards is a left back from Wales. Now keep in mind that we've had recent troubles with Fevre and Kazim. There's a chance, albeit a slim one, that this guy might actually make the cut next season. When we go into the new season, he might come up. There is some technical work to be done, but I see a lot of positives there with him, and I think he could do a job filling in at left back. 59 overall is actually pretty good for a League 2 player, especially considering we're not a top League 2 side. Lewis McGill, 48 overall, a Scottish centre-back central midfielder, has physicality on his side in terms of lots of yellows there, so just technical improvement needed. You can see that I've been training his defensive attributes because they aren't very good, and technically overall he isn't up to standard just yet. There's still a long way to go, and he is 17, so there's a couple of opportunities for development. He does have two play styles, power shot and bruiser, and it does say that he's capable of playing central midfield, but with those technical attributes, not just yet. We've agreed for him to join US Concerno when the transfer window opens, so he'll be moving on to them as a loan. The next player is Duncan McKay. Similar story with this guy, similar type of model build as well, 6'1", has physicality. This guy does have aggression as well, 62, which is very nice. It says his positions are centre-back, central midfield and central defensive midfield, and he's a year younger. And you can also see there's some technical skills there in orange. He's not all red like McGill, so there's a little bit of more promise with this guy, and hopefully he doesn't get forced up too soon. Adam Hughes is way below standard, but he does have potential on his side. You can see here, capable of playing a number of different positions. The Welsh defender slash midfielder does need some aggression to play in that holding role, but once again his technicals are kind of where you would expect them to be, but he's way behind in certain defensive attributes for somebody that's primarily supposed to be a central defensive midfielder or centre-back. This is the one that we're pinning our hopes on, the Latvian 18-year-old centre-back who can also play central midfield, Harold Zalinch. I hope I pronounced that correctly. You can see that he already has some really high attributes, and he's 65 rated. This guy, when he comes through, will no doubt demand a first team spot. There's not any room for error here. He's going to come in. He's already our highest ranked defender at the club that plays centre back, and as you can see, technically is far superior to any of the defenders that we've got as well. So this guy is the main guy that's going to come through. Conor McNulty is an Irish right back, and once again you can see physicality and lacking some technical skill, but for the most part I think he could play that position. I do want to work on his agility and balance before he comes up, and there's, like I said, it's mostly a technical issue with this guy. The problem with when you send them out on loan, from what I can understand and tell, is that you don't get to influence his statistics when they go out on loan, which is a shame. But we'll see how he does. Serge Doumbia, a defensive midfielder with no defending qualities. That is a problem in itself. He's from Ivory Coast. I said all along that a lot of what we do with this guy is going to depend on how he develops, and he has developed some. it seems he's more far suited to a central mid or attacking mid style of play, but we are training him in defensive and ball winning attributes right now. He has agreed to join Miranda's when the transfer window opens, so he's going to be joining them for a bit. We'll see how he gets on while he's on loan before we make a decision on him. Martinho Borges is a left wing inverted winger from Portugal, and once again this guy, we're looking at improving his composure, and then we'll work on his attack position as well. It's always hard with these development plans to find a good suitable balance. You have to keep chopping and changing them so that one attribute doesn't go too far ahead. Not too physical, especially because he's only small. I think he's 5'7", 5'8", so quite dainty. It remains to be seen whether he'll actually make it in League 2 because it's quite a physical league. Piero Greco, and a utility player, right back and central midfielder. We've already agreed to swap this guy out. He's going to be joining Newport County simply because, although he's very good at free kicks and cross taking, he doesn't have any defensive attributes to speak of. We've swapped him for Shane McLaughlin, a right wing back central midfielder from Ireland. This guy's going to come in and fill the role of Mauro Bandera when he goes back to Arsenal. So that's some good bit of business there. Norwegian Olav Berg, who showed a lot of promise. I think with Zarens coming in, we agreed to transfer this guy out to Athletic Club. Initially, we were going to try and keep him, but he was just going to get in the way of the players, and it just made sense to move him on and take the money. The other player that we're moving out is Nino Dragovic, more so with this guy because his attributes are just all over the place, and it's going to take too much work to even him out. We got an offer from Cosenza, and he's 63 rated, so he would have demanded a high squad role, one that we just couldn't afford to squeeze him into, so we took the money. Mats Markal is the final one. He is a centre forward and cam from Belgium. You can see here the issue with this guy is going to be technical, and for a player that's going to demand a lot of technical work, this is going to be our little project for now. We'll try working on him and see how he does between now and the middle of the season, and of course I'll try and keep you updated from time to time with periodic updates. That is it from me today. I hope you enjoyed looking at everything from the first season of the Colchester United career mode. When we come back, we're going to be doing pre-season of season 2. We're going to be looking at the new objectives as well as maybe some new signings as we look for a new goalkeeper. If you want to continue to support me, you can do so by subscribing, and as always, watch something from the playlist available at the end of this video. I'll see you guys real soon. This is our lad for Set Play Gaming.